Hey, what's going on? So, I wanted to do this first video on quantizing because you asked about quantizing drums. But first, I want to show you I can show you how to set it for both the green tracks, the MIDI instrument tracks, like this bass. I have this bass track here. I can show you that, and then also I have this short little drum loop, and I'm going to show you how we can quantize that to sound different, just so you see how it's done. Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to play this bass to be like super sloppy, and then you're going to see how cool this is. So my tracks are kind of big because I'm going to be looking at this thing here. So I have this bass track here, classic analog bass thing. Okay, here we go. Right, so I don't even know what the hell I just did. I just played something really sloppy so you can see how this works. So it's exactly how I played it. You were asking if Logic quantizes things to a certain extent. Not that I know of. There's probably a way to make it where, like, when you record, things are automatically going to quantize. But I currently don't know what that's about. I was looking into it a little bit. And I know you can do that in Pro Tools, so I'm sure you can in Logic. But I don't really do that because you have to set the kind of notes that you want to quantize, and I just feel like it doesn't do it right, and then what you meant to play comes out wrong because of the computer. So what I do is I record it and then quantize it after the fact. So here's how you do it. So as you can see, when you double click this, that window either goes away or comes back. So I'm going to double click it. There's the window. So a couple ways to do things. But what I'm going to show you is you double click this and you go up here and it says quantize over here on the left where you have your track window here. And there's a little thing here that says quantize under this drop down that says region. Because remember, I was talking about these things before where this is a region. So we're going to go to the region, quantize, and then we're going to set what we want to quantize it to. So it could be quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, different kinds of triplets. So I'm just going to say 16th notes. Boom. And it already did it. So like I just selected that and it already quantized it. And if I play it back, and just to remind you what it was before. Right, so pretty cool. Now I can change it. Let's do triplets, eighth note triplets. Boom. Cool, now it's in triplets. It still musically sucks because I was just banging on the keyboard, but so region, quantize, there you go. But you have to have this selected when you do it, by the way. The green blocks that you want to be quantized. Okay, shift over to audio. So not green tracks, now we have blue tracks. This is a little different because audio and MIDI work differently. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to double click. I just want to quantize this. That's me just messing around. on the kit. So, and this was 2 mics, which is why you see it's like stereo. Or actually, I think it was a whole kit that I mic'd up and then just made a stereo track of it. And we can talk about recording drums in another segment. Okay, so I'm double click it. There it is. It was already there. I double clicked it. It went away. And now it's back. This window down here. So to do this, what I first have to do is there's a little icon right here. And when you click that, it turns on the thing called flex, which means you can mess with the audio. Like I could, if I wanted to just move one hit, I could grab one. When you turn on this flex, these little things, this little plus sign pops up, but you have to have the pointer tool. So I could go like boom, 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 and then I could move this, and that's going to move that one single drum hit. So quantizing is deep, and it depends on the drum performance that you're quantizing. And it might be worth it where if your daughter plays, I could, we could figure out a way. You could send it to me, and I could even show you a video of me doing it with her drum part. Because initially, you do have to have, when you're quantizing, you can just move the notes around like I was just showing you. But it's good to record to a metronome so that in Logic there's the grid and you can move the notes to the grid so that it stays musically accurate. And then also, like, if I did the same thing that I showed you with the green here, quantize over on the left, quantize. I'm going to go again. Wait, real quick. I'm going to play it. This is what it was originally. Okay. This is highlighted. I double clicked it. It's open down here. I turned on the flex with this little icon. I'm going to go up to quantize. And let's do 16th notes. Pretty cool, right? So now, before it was this. Go to quantize. 16ths. So you have a whole different groove right there. Quantizing is definitely something that is a little more advanced, and there's a couple different ways of doing it. And it depends on what you're quantizing. And also it gets more complicated if you have like a whole drum set, like stuff I do in my studio where I have like 8 mics on the drums. That can get funky with trying to quantize all of that. But when and I suggest starting out just recording drums with 1 or 2 mics, and that way it's just easier to work with. So, cool. I'll be making more videos and sending them over to you. All right.